All right, so doing morning wine cellar video from the smart device and podcast audio recording separately from morning wine cellar video audio. However that fucking works, right? And I had to do that because the camera that is plugged into the laptop that I would typically do the morning wine cellar from, it's working. I tried it with an internal application on the laptop, and hey, there I show up on the screen. But when I try to connect it to the Faceboo's Live, it fracking doesn't work. All right, so morning wine cellar. There is the Ocasio-Cortez, which apparently as soon as Ocasio-Cortez won the primary, keep in mind it's just the primary. It's not big wins, all right? The primary is not big wins, all right? Hillary Clinton won the primary fair and square. What happened in the general? Okay? Calm the fuck. But, so there's that, and there's also, Jarrod Ramos, 38-year-old individual, as identified as suspect in Annapolis shooting, and suspect. Apparently, this was a ill dude, and something may not surprise you about this Jarrod individual shooting shit up. All right, let's take a little looky poo here. This is coming off of CBSNews.com. All right, so he's suspected as the person opening fire Thursday. All right, which was yesterday. This was fucking hours ago. I mean, for me, it's 3:55 a.m. Friday, so this shit was hours ago, not a full 24-hour day. What's going on? Jay May posted up in the joint over there. Now, someone left a quote. Ann Andrill, County Acting Police Chief, and Bill Kemp, they said at a press conference this was a targeted attack. This person was prepared to shoot people. His intent was to cause harm. All right, so this fucker is taken into custody, would not cooperate with authorities, did not carry identification, and deliberately damaged his fingertips in an attempt to thwart identification. 38-year-old individual thought he was just going to fuck off his fingertips and not be identified. Nigga, this is not the 70s. This is not the... Nigga, they're going to fucking find you. You know, so let's take a look a little lower down. Now, there was a Twitter account matching his name with the location Laurel, Maryland. And it includes years of tweets railing against the Capital Gazette, and includes details of a years-long legal dispute with the company. Now, it was a program that I was watching last year. It was called McAmerican Horror Story, and apparently this has been an ongoing thing, this McAmerican Horror Story. They have several seasons. I like the first season a great deal, and the last season. The other ones they were also amusing. You know, the one with that Gadabri Sidibe, I'll never pronounce her name. I cannot pronounce her fucking name worth a fuck. But Gadabri Sidibe, fucking, there's a season with her in it, and she can really deliver the fuck out of some lines. She's fucking really act. But, alright, but back to, so this show called McAmerican Horror Story, right? And the latest one that is like about the McElection and how, guess what, someone won the primary fair and square, it's plausible, but lost the general, and it deals with that, but, you know, in a horror story sort of way. And there's a quote from it, from the cult leader guy, who was talking to city council, and they were like, go fuck yourself. Not in those exact words. And he said, there's nothing more dangerous than a humiliated man. All right? And it's not like that's not a thought we've had in our fucking heads, I've had in my head, but someone saying it on a mainstream television program like that, it's like, all right, there you fucking go. All right, so so back to this guy's Twitter account, Jarrod Ramos. According to an unreported 2015 opinion filed in the Maryland Court of Special Appeals, Ramos pleaded guilty to criminal harassment in July 2011. It's 2018 now. This is July 2011. 5 days later, all right, 5 days after an unreported 2015 opinion. Wait a second. No, 5 days later after the after he pled guilty, and an article about the case appeared in it. All right, he pled guilty. An article about the case appears in the Capitol of Capital Gazette's publications. The story detailed accusations of a woman who Jarrod Ramos harassed online and offline for months, calling her employers and trying to get her fired. The woman eventually went to the police, and Jarrod Ramos pled guilty to a misdemeanor charge of harassment in 2011. Now, trying to get her fired from her job, I think economic violence is pretty gosh darn violent and ought to be a felony. If we should so have this Anglo-American jurisprudence, then that should be a way more than a goddamn misdemeanor. Trying to take someone's money, which they use to eat food and shit, pay bills and shit, for electricity when it's snowing for heat, or gas for when it's snowing for heat. People kind of need money in this system. All right, so trying to get someone fired from their job, fuck misdemeanor, felony, fuck that. All right, now that Twitter account that matches his name, it started tweeting about the Capital Gazette several months after the conviction. Get the fuck out of here. So, a man couldn't let something go. Really. The Twitter account in July 2012, Mr. Ramos filed a suit against the Capital Gazette for defamation, according to the 2015 court filing. You make me look bad for doing what I did. Yeah, I did it, but you're not supposed to say it. You're not supposed to publish that woman's words. What was that shooting in Florida, Parkland? Right? That was white male misogyny. I told you what. Fucking now the 2000 excuse me. Morning wine cellar. It's 4:02 a.m. Now, according to the 2015 court filing, the other complaint was just 4 paragraphs long, but Jarrod Ramos filed a longer 22-page claim several months later. 22 pages of, why did you say I did what I did? From the woman's perspective. In 2012, a judge dismissed the lawsuit on the basis that, quote, there was absolutely not one piece of evidence or an assertion by you that the statement in the article was false. And the judge continues and says, I think people who are the subject of newspaper articles, whoever they may be, feel that there is a requirement that they be placed in the best light, or they have an opportunity to have the story reported to their satisfaction, or have the opportunity to have however much input they believe is appropriate. End quote from Judge Maureen M. Lampsony. A little bit more from the judge. But that's simply not true. There is nothing in those complaints that proves that anything that was published about you is in fact false. All right? Nothing. But he just wanted it different. He just wanted to just change it because he wanted it changed. Now, isn't there something, don't that remind you of somebody who I remember? Like, this Jarrod guy, he's not a millionaire or a billionaire. He's not getting tax cuts in his favor. You know, he's not a CEO. You know, it doesn't seem like some eccentric cat to me from what wee bit I know about him. But how similar is his shit to when that nigga Donald Trump, like, as soon as an outlet says some shit nice about him, he's like, yes, great news source, they always the truth. And somebody, slightest critique, the failing New York Times. Because people, white men, demand that they be posed in the best possible light. Like, man, I think it was, which one was it? Time magazine? Where he didn't like the angle which they shot the picture because he doesn't really like the way his body fat sits. Which I suggest to him, man, just keep wearing your big booty tennis shorts, man. Jesus Christ. Wear your twerking shorts, Donald. Quit fucking around. There's Sam Loco over there up in the joint. He's riffing about what I riff about. This Jarrod Ramos. All right, and that's off CBSNews.com. Jarrod Ramos harassed a woman on and offline. She filed suit against him for it. He tried to get her fired from her job. A news outlet publishes the story from her perspective, listens to her tell her side. He files a defamation suit going into 2012, 2015, and he tweets about it, pissed the fuck off, fucks up the tips of his fingers to try to not have fingerprints, doesn't carry ID, goes in, shoots the fucking place up in 2018. 2011, 2018. All right? That's men holding a grudge. Oh, excuse me. Now, Talking Points Memo, not typically my outlet, right? Oh, excuse me. The New York 14th District Democratic candidate, almost certain future representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, dismissed House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, downplaying her what Talking Points Memo calls a stunning win Tuesday. I don't think it's a stunning win, because like the thing is, after what Sanders plausibly did, with showing folks that you could do it on small donations, you know, and I mentioned this last time in the morning wine cellar, that she came up off them small donations. And some niggas in California did that shit too. And that's what people want. And also, she's not a socialist. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Wait, Cortez? I keep thinking Cortez or Ortiz. Cortez is not a socialist. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Bernard old as fuck Sanders, and that nigga Lawrence O'Donnell, who y'all niggas like so much on MSNBC, they're Democratic Socialist. The DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, is not a new organization. And also, furthermore, Democratic Socialists are not anti-capitalists. That's the thing. See, and y'all niggas deliberately, I mean, of course the Republicans are going to do it, but we see you fucking dirty Democrats deliberately removing the word democratic from it and just saying socialist. Because you're fucking liars. Democrats are liars. All right? Democratic Socialist. Now, oh, excuse me. What's their deal? They just want tax money spent to help the people socially and done in a democratic way. Democratic Socialist. That's the whole fucking thing. Shit, the regular rank and file Democrats pretend to be that every election cycle. But then they go and fork over billions to Israel so they can run their white supremacist apartheid state against Palestinians. You know, niggas think that George Bush transfer of wealth was major. Niggas think that Ronald Reagan transfer of wealth was major. Barry Hussein, Mr. Obama, that nigga did quantitative easing, largest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich in his 8 years. Quantitative easing moved the money into the deeper pockets heavily. Hell, it made those pockets elastic, so now they're even deeper and they could take even more of your money. Alright? Which you need for food and shit like that. You know? Like, I'm gonna eat some cantaloupe and bread before I go to work this morning. I acquired the cantaloupe and bread with money. Alright? Now, quote from Ocasio-Cortez: I don't think we're in the... I think that we're in the middle of a movement in this country. That movement is going to come from the bottom up. That movement is going to come from voters. There are a lot of really exciting races with extremely similar dynamics as mine. It's not just one district. Continuing, Ocasio-Cortez also says on CNN with Aaron Burnett, Ocasio says, I think that some of the issues we have even today may have to do with some of the calcified structures and relationships. And you know, in certain seats where it's appropriate, I think that a new leaf could actually mean a lot of opportunity for the party and future. All right, now I don't think that, you know, I'm 35, she's 28. I don't think that. I think that shit was already fucked, and shit shall continue to be more fucked, because that's the foundation of this whole McMurrican thing. The idea of McMurrica was not to have some fucking freedom state where everybody got freedom and stuff. No, nigga. That shit, when they came here, the first Western European fuckers did when they came here was kidnap children and take them back to Europe to sell off as rape slaves. That's the first thing they did. And then that nigga Columbus went and told his big homie the Queen, said, nigga, my nigga, these people here are pretty and we can rape them, and they're really nice and docile and friendly and trusting, and I just need 50 men. I'm pretty sure that was the exact number. He said, I just need 50 men and we can subjugate them. Lace me up. I'm going to go back there and put in work. All right? And that's what the fuck he did, and that's what McMurrica has been about the whole time. And he did that shit out of the Caribbean. That nigga didn't even land on what is now considered continental U.S. All right, that's McMurrica. And then I see some niggas that I kind of fuck with too. I always be like, we're losing our democracy. What? You mean democracy that we started losing after the McCutcheon decision? Or the democracy we started losing after Citizens United? Or the democracy we started losing after corporations were people? Was that the 70s? Or the democracy we started losing when niggers and white women got to vote? Or the democracy we started losing when poor white men got to vote, but niggers and white women still couldn't vote? Or the democracy that never was a democracy. It never existed. It's called lying. You don't get it? It's called lying. It's not real. There was never a democracy. All right. Misogyny. More of it. What you want to do? ETrade. These fuckers over at ETrade, they have commercials about things. And this is just morning wine cellar. This is me getting up, riffing with you, fucking with you. And I don't know much. I don't know shit about fucking stocks and whatever the hell. But I was listening to Pandora Radio, listening to some stand-up comedy while eating a food, and you know, I don't pay for the premium thing, so I hear commercials, and fucking, I heard one, and I was like, well, what in the misogyny did I just hear? And check this shit out, 31 seconds. Oh, wait, okay, I'm gonna have to move the speakers so that the Facebook Live can hear it. Okay, I moved that so the Facebook Live can hear it. Check this shit out. Dooba-doo.
There she is, your friend at Just Maria. You like her. She's really good at social media. She buys stocks in companies that stand for something. You like her. She's always up on the latest trends. She got in early on the whole goat yoga thing. And her sunsets are always #NoFilter. You like her. But you'd like her better if you made more money than she does. Money than she does. Made more money than she does. Better if you made more money than she does. But you'd like her better if you made more money than she does. But you'd like her better if you made more money than she does.
Now, that's not the exact one I heard, but you'd like her better if you make like all these things. She's really fucking interesting, but fuck, she makes more money than me. Nigga, so if Phoenix Calida didn't have her disability, she'd make more money than me. Like Phoenix Calida with like her education, her experience, like she'd be like over $20 an hour. And full time, but with her disability, she fucking can't do it. You know, like she has to be on part time and sometimes has to call in. She can barely move sometimes. But fucking, yeah, that'd be the shit. That would be the shit. But fuck, she can't make more money than me. That's a terrible bad thing. Terrible bad horrible things that are bad. Let's hear those words again. But you'd like her better.
You like her. But you'd like her better if you made more money than she does. You'd like her better if you made more money than she does.
These ETrade niggas are fucking grimy for that. It must be like some stock trading motherfucker Wall Street shit. So I guess I can expect those folks to be scumbagified. I believe so. And you believe so as well. That's why you're in the wine cellar. And shout out to the homie Loco. Just hit up the Patreon CP. Right, homie CP Loco just hit up the Patreon. I should have the PayPal open before I go on. But one of the homies just hit up the Martha Frackin PayPal. Yes. Thank you. And paypal.me/Phoenix and William, patreon.com/Wine Cellar Media Fund. And remember, winecellarmedia.com is a hub of our media and the media that we want to fuck with. Like if you're a content creator and you know, like you're in the similar realm of us, you know, hit me up and I'll put your RSS feed on our main page. You know, so like when you post a new episode, your shit will auto-load. And remember, YouTube has RSS feeds. You can find your YouTube RSS feed if you do YouTube shit and you fuck with the type of shit we fuck with. You know, I'll put your RSS feed on our main page. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Share the space. And if you know, particularly trans women that want to talk, want to say some shit, want to excuse me, want to write some shit and have it posted somewhere with niggas that got some kind, you know, as little of a platform as we have, some kind of platform. Tell them trans niggas to hit us up. Trans women, trans men, kids, teenagers, trans elderly. You know, tell them niggas to hit us the fuck up. You know, and share the fucking platform. I think that's a better move. I mean, I'll still cover the stories, you know, of folks being harmed and murdered and whatnot. But this just rolling series of obituaries of trans folks, I think more and better can be done than that, than just the rolling series of obituaries. All right, winecellarmedia.com, paypal.me/Phoenix and William, patreon.com/Wine Cellar Media Fund. Have a good one.